Welcome into the Monday Morning Quarterback UK with your boys Ben, Bids and Dami. Still no Krisky, but we'll just get into it. How you going, Dami? You alright?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Bids and I and a lot of other people, our partners, and the rest
How many
of
partners do you think we got?
and the
There were at least 7 people around that post. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how many girls you've got.
Ayla, you're the only one for me.
That sounded really disingenuous as well. So now it's
she
bare
knows.
awkward.
She knows. And
He's got ladies on the side.
And her Kubrick colleagues, they came with us to watch Arsenal versus Tottenham at the Emirates. Another sellout for the Arsenal women, which is amazing. It was kind of a dead game. It was 1-0. Tottenham did what they needed to do, but
They didn't do anything, man. They were terrible.
yeah, I mean,
Garbage.
they kept it tight, and I guess that's what they wanted. But yeah,
The thing is, Arsenal women's are a much better team, but it was just all over the place.
Yeah.
The passing was really poor. Going forward was really poor. The big name players just didn't really do much. But
yeah, it was a dead game.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for a lot of people who came with us, it was their first football game.
yeah,
So it was like, you didn't go to the best of games you could have gone to.
You'll
But-
never go back.
yeah. They kept turning around and asking you like, "Damn, can you sum this up for us?" And it was like, "Yeah, it's not good."
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Can you sum this up for me? I don't know what to tell you.
But the thing is, Arsenal women's have had so many good games
They're
this
normally a lot
season, like
better
just
than that.
spanking
Yeah.
teams for fun. But yesterday was just poor.
Normally a lot better than that. But
Yeah, but the roast was good though.
Oh, it was
It
a
looked
great
good.
roast at the White Lion. Check it out.
Eight-
Stroud
eight-
Green Road.
8.5 out of 10.
It was a decent
It
roast.
looked good.
Mm.
I saw a little thing on Instagram. It looked nice.
Yeah.
Decent roast. Yeah. What about you? What did you get up to?
I was with family.
Oh, yes.
So I was meant to go previous weekend, but my brother and mum were ill. So we did it this weekend. So it was my niece's birthday, my sister's birthday coming up, and then Mother's Day.
Nice.
We just
Put it all into
the
one.
whole
Yeah.
lot into a busy weekend.
Okay.
It was good, man. Nice.
Nice.
Slept. It was good.
I hope so.
Yeah, sounds like you, man.
Slept. It was good. Yeah, it was a nice time. Yeah, man. Cool. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So, in this episode, we said we were going to get into some pre-draft stuff.
Yeah.
And Dami said he was really interested in talking about the international player pathway.
Yes.
So, we'll get into the IPP first, and then we'll talk a little bit about the combine, what's happening. It's just happened, so we'll talk about what happened, who was in it, and some key things about it, because we haven't really talked about it much.
No.
But we'll start with IPP. Dami, what is the international player pathway, first of all?
So it's effectively a program set up by the NFL, not only to just increase their global span, but also to recruit players from outside of America and Canada, and also out the college system, of course. So how they set it up is effectively it tends to be professional athletes, so they tend to scout. Like you're not
Tends to be. Have there been any just random people on the street?
So no, there hasn't been anyone on the
Okay.
street.
It would be amazing if they, it's like
Yeah.
a modelling contest, they were like,
Yeah.
this guy looks absolutely
Or
6'8", 350. Yeah.
like a Dharma Traore.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
have you ever been to the gym? Not really.
Yeah.
I just wear baby oil. What kind of chat?
Yeah, okay, so it's only been professional athletes so far. Normally it's either been a player has just said, I actually have a desire to play in the NFL, and then they've gone through the right channels, or they've been scouted by someone who knows someone who knows someone in the NFL game.
Okay.
So are there scouts who operate out of the NFL but in other countries in key areas who will try and work on specific sports like rugby and things like that and be like, yeah, that guy might be interested because maybe he's not killing it as a rugby player, he's like a fringe rugby player who might be interested in moving sports. Like, how does that work?
Yes, but it's not a massive scouting network.
Yeah,
Like there's a couple people in a certain country.
well, that's because I guess in part that's because they've got so many players coming out of the college system
Yes.
that they're struggling to find places for all of them anyway.
Yeah.
So you almost don't want 5 billion
Yeah,
players
exactly.
coming from other places, and everyone who's 15 is just absolutely wham.
Yeah,
Like, we're 15 just skinny kids, and these 15-year-olds in the NFL just
Yeah.
jacked,
exactly.
terrifying.
Yeah, built different.
Yeah, so yeah, and how it actually works out is so that every year there's a cohort of players. I think this year it's 16 players, and what they do is they get taken to a training program in I think it's Florida, Florida in January, where they train at the IMG training facility, and then they get put through their paces, and then when it comes to March, when the combine happens, they actually get to try out in front of NFL scouts, as though just like the players coming out of college.
Cool. So that's their like opportunity to show their credentials for a draft.
Yeah.
Because they're not really played in any games.
Oh, there will be no film on them apart from what they've done in their other professional sports, but
most of that film won't translate.
No, it won't
maybe
translate.
the rugby players who are going for sort of I don't know, offensive lineman positions, or even like the wide receivers potentially. But that's just
even then we've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the majority. Sorry to sidetrack a bit. The majority of players that actually come through the International Player Pathway program, they tend to be offensive linemen or defensive linemen.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because you can train the hands skill side of it, but you can't train being absolutely massive very easily.
No, you can't. Yeah. And we'll get into an example of a player who came through. He was built just from the beginning of his life to play in the NFL. But so how it works is that if a team actually goes, I would like him on our practice squad. So in the off season, a team will have 91 players on their roster if they're selected. So each year, 2 divisions, one from the NFC, one from the AFC, gets chosen to house players that they think are good enough to play for them. And those teams will get 91, will get an extra spot in their practice squad. So normally in your practice squad in the off season, you get 16 players.
Okay.
But if you get chosen to have one, you get an extra spot. So that means overall your roster is 91 in the off season, but then you have to reduce it to 53.
Anyway, so
you have to reduce it.
But it gives you the opportunity to kind of have them play in your facility for like a couple months, right?
Yeah, a couple of months. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do they just go straight to the practice squad? They don't just get elevated straight into the roster?
They go to the practice squad.
I mean, I guess like, what does that even mean in the preseason? Like the warm ups, like that's pre-preseason. That's not even in the preseason games.
Yeah.
So I guess what is the first team? It's not. It's nothing. It's
You're just part of the 91.
Yeah, part of the 91.
I guess you'd have first team reps and second team reps, and then. But I mean, you wouldn't put them in the first team anyway. You'd build them through the practice squad, and then you'd maybe give them first team reps if you like them, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly that. So in terms of what happens to the player, so if the team that has them on the practice squad thinks actually they're good enough, they'll sign them up to the 53-man roster for the season. However, if they waive the player, he goes through the waiver system in the off season, and then if he hasn't been claimed by another team, then the team that recruited him to the practice squad in the off season actually gets the chance to sign them up to the practice squad. So you are allowed to have practice squad players throughout the regular season.
But that's the minimum salary is just lower, isn't it?
However, there is an exemption they're allowed for IPP players in particular. So you're allowed to have an extra spot for an IPP player. So you're not losing a spot on the practice squad, because you know how through attrition players get injured, especially on the defensive side. So you always like to have an extra spot available.
They're really trying to make it work. Like that's pretty good. Like there's no cost to you as a team really having that player.
No, there's not. No.
So
and then I think just to give you some of the criteria for the NFL Undiscovered, which was like the precursor to the IPP.
Yeah.
You had to be 24 years or younger. That is no longer a rule so much anymore. You had to be out of high school or the equivalent, so secondary school.
I mean, if you're over 24 and you're changing to a different sport where the elite of the elite of the elite, like, surely you won't make it unless you're a freak of nature.
I haven't seen any examples of someone who's made it over the age of 24 and changed sport. I haven't seen that. So, and then there were other rules like you had to be able to speak English. I mean, it helps being in an English-speaking country, I guess. You couldn't be.
Bare people speak Spanish in America. That seems a weird rule.
I'm not sure it's a rule.
Wait, sorry, you need to speak Spanish?
You need to speak English.
Sorry, English. That makes no sense.
I don't think it's so much of a rule anymore. I don't think they follow it.
That would feel weird as a rule because like large portions of southern America are like largely Spanish speaking with English as a second language because of obviously the border with Mexico. So that's really weird to be a rule that they would actually enforce because anyway, okay, fine.
And And then, like the last rule, is you had to be available and eligible to travel to the US for 2 months for the first week in March, which is just obvious.
Thanks,
Which is why
you come here?
Yeah, which is why some players had to just sort of cut their current career and just move to just cut their career and just move straight to the training camp, like Lewis Rees-Zammit, who we'll talk about. Like the Six Nations is on right now, and he's Wales' starting winger, and he's just
starting winger?
Yeah, he has been for years.
So why?
He's been for years. He just
get into that.
Well, he had to make a decision. He had to make a decision then,
Fair.
and
Fair
hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah.
If not, he could definitely just walk back in.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's that good, and he's that
Would they not be annoyed that he's left though?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I can't remember which club team he played
then
for.
I'm gonna try.
I can't remember which club team he played for, but he would just go somewhere like France where they pay you bags and just
to go to France then.
and it'll be a bit of a gimmick as well coming back. So
He'll be fine. He'll be fine either way. As long as he doesn't get injured, he's fine.
Yeah.
And just to give you some stats about what's happened to players who have gone through the IPP program. So 37 players have signed with NFL teams since 2017, since the International Players Pathway program was given its official title. That's either through allocations, drafted, or signed as free agents.
Okay.
18 are currently on NFL rosters, so that does include the practice squad as well.
Okay.
And only 5 have made it to the actual active roster, so the 53 man roster. So their names are F.A. Obada, who was actually picked up by the Carolina Panthers, but now plays for the Commanders. Jordan Mailata for the Philadelphia Eagles, who's probably been the best one out of the 5.
Where did he come from?
He came from Australia.
Okay.
Jacob Johnson, who's a fullback, who was at the Patriots, and the last time he was at the Raiders, I think. Sammy Reyes, a tight end at the Commanders, and David Barder at the Commanders as well. The Commanders tend to pick up a lot of IPP players. Interesting.
The trash.
I mean, that might be a coincidence.
Yeah.
That might be a coincidence. But that is the IPP summed up.
And who's coming through this year?
Okay, so in terms of who's actually coming through this year, so we have 16 players coming from Australia, Austria, Dominican Republic,
Those are Spanish speakers.
3 from England. We have 4 kickers from Ireland.
Okay,
So from Gaelic football.
Irish Presby.
Kick.
3 from Nigeria. 1 who's from Nigeria, Scotland. That's what it says on the map. So he's probably half Nigerian.
Is it you?
Wow, you're gonna be that guy. And
he said.
And the one Vince alluded to earlier, Lewis Rees-Zammit from Wales.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Is he the highest touted? That's what we've heard the most.
Maybe not even. He's just probably the most high-profile name.
I think he's the most high-profile name in terms of people in the UK would have heard of him.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Irish people will say, "Oh, these kickers, everyone knows them in Ireland." But
I wasn't really classing the kickers because kickers isn't a coveted spot the same way like a wide receiver would be, like skill position. But like doesn't mean they couldn't walk into a team because there's some ropey kickers out there. Like, if you can get consistency
they've
going,
probably got the best chance of making it.
Probably. And they got legs on them.
If you can kick a 70-yard field goal, then you're in.
I mean, if you can kick a 50-yard field goal consistently, you're in.
The punters as well, just bang it for the whole field.
They'll be good as well.
We'll talk about the kicker's performance at the combine yesterday.
Okay.
But yes, what I just forgot what I was going to say actually, so don't worry about that. We'll go into the next thing, which is
cool. Yeah. Any other players we want to talk about? Or are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Alright, cool. So we'll move into the combine then.
Yep.
So first of all, Dami, what is the combine?
So the combine is basically a way for NFL teams to measure college players' physical attributes and mental attributes, because they do go through a lot of interviews and tests, medical tests,
and the 16 IPP players.
Yeah. So yes, of course, and I think, I don't know. For me, it just seems a bit much. I feel like it's an outdated thing, just to like. because you've got tons of film on all these players, okay, apart from the IPP players, but now you're making them literally all dress up in these skimpy costumes.
Yes, skimpy
These
costumes.
skimpy costumes, and you're like, run for me. Like, I like the way you catch that. Like it just
I don't
feels
think
like
anyone said that.
it just feels such like an outdated thing. Like, can you imagine if that happened in football? It's like you made all these academy players just go out to like St James's Park one day and just like do shuttles.
Yeah.
Like it just feels weird, but that's an American thing. That's what they do.
Skimpy outfit.
Have you seen how tight those tops are on them?
I just was expecting you to say skimpy outfits.
They're skimpy, man. Sorry, I took it sideways, but that's how I feel, man.
This is what you do, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, do you want to name some of the?
Yeah.
I've just got some of the events that they actually do, the physical events.
So
So
the
they
first
do,
year I did it was 1982, by the way, as well.
maybe they do need to change it up.
Yeah.
Just for context.
Yeah, they do 40-yard dash, which I think is the most, most spoken about, as well as
sure.
the bench press is also the most spoken about, because if someone's doing 39 reps, which is the highest so far,
It's 225.
of 225,
225 pounds.
freaks.
Yeah.
They do a 10-yard sprint as well, but I don't know how that's measured. I think that might be measured in the 40 dash as well.
Don't know.
Well,
I'm not-
because they stand and then they actually maybe
Because there is a marker on 10 as well,
Yeah,
and a marker
there
on
is a
40.
marker on 10.
So I'm not sure if
Yeah.
it's measured
That would
in the
make
same.
sense.
Yeah.
makes sense.
They do a vertical jump, broad jump, the 3-cone drill, and then a 20-yard shuttle. But yeah, we've got. They split it into different days. I think the first day is what? First day is linebackers and defensive ends.
Okay.
Second day is DBs, tight ends.
Yeah.
Third day is quarterbacks and wide receivers.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about some of the players how they did, or do you want to just give more of an update on what the combine is and how it?
I think that's fairly clear what the combine is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fairly happy with that.
Yeah.
Like some key, basically summarise, it's key events to look at individual players. Like usually about 300 players participate,
Yeah.
and it's to boost your draft value and increase your salary potential as a player. Like the risks can come if you don't participate and other players do. Will that drive your value higher than theirs? So
or
it
if you
kind of-
participate and you flop.
Exactly. So you kind of feel like you have to participate. A lot of players feel like they need to, because otherwise, if they don't, other players will go ahead of them. But yeah, let's talk about some specific players.
Actually, can I ask a question before we get into that? Realistically, though, how much can the combine change your draft status? But, like, for example, let's say you've had an amazing year in your last year of college. Realistically, let's say you absolutely flop the combine, like you get 6 seconds in the 40,
Yeah.
and you fail all your interviews. Like, at the end of the day,
Hurts you.
will it like that dramatically?
Yeah, it hurts
Okay.
you. So I think actually a lot of teams, I don't know how much emphasis they put on the skills part. I don't know that. That's quite hard to gauge. I mean, if we looked at the stats, we could probably find some correlations. But if you look at the way teams talk about the mental side and the interviews they had with them, they put quite a lot on that because they look for a guy who fits the culture of the team
Sure.
and who's going to be the type of player that fits what they're trying to achieve. So if they're looking for a leader in a certain position and they meet with a player and they don't see those leadership qualities, they might back off. But that tends to have more of an impact than maybe people would originally think. Like those interviews can mean quite a lot, and the medical examinations can be significant as well. If they find something, but most of the time those are fairly routine.
Okay.
However, like I said, if you flop and I don't know, run a 6, let's go with like 5'5" because
Yeah, like 5'5" for a wide receiver.
Yeah, or even like a DB or even like an edge rusher. Some of these edge rushers are quick. They are big boys and they're quick. If you run like a 5'5", you ain't getting nowhere.
Yeah, true.
It's just a powerhouse and you run through people.
Yeah, I guess so.
The only thing would be like if you obviously slip or obviously, do you know what I mean? And then I think in general teams don't pay too much to 1 40-yard run. Because if you're generally causing problems as an edge rusher and then you do like a 5 or 5'5", It might be like, was that just a bad run? Are they injured? Like,
Yeah.
and that's when you maybe go into the medical and be like, you ran a 5.5. Like, what?
Yeah, what
like,
happened there?
What happened? Like, why do you think that might be? Those are the cursory questions that you'd probably ask. That's what I'd ask.
Yeah.
And they might just be like, yeah, my calf hurts a little bit, or like I was actually just not. I just didn't. That wasn't a very good run for me. I'm normally hitting 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll do one for you like now.
Yeah.
Because surely, if you're interested in a player, you can be like, look, that wasn't really the speed I can normally do. Just give me another. I'll do one for you right now that I think I can get under 5. And you do it and you get 5. They'd be like, oh, okay, which bad run? Cool.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
can't remember. I was watching a show maybe a couple of months ago, and it was about preparing for. It might be in a YouTube video about preparing for the draft, and they basically go to a training camp before the combine, specifically to do well in the drill. So they like reteach them how to run, specifically to run that 40 quicker, or how to jump to get higher vertical.
Yeah, because I guess if you think about it, they would have had their last game maybe 2-3 months before, and then some of them refuse to take part in whatever bowl they have, depending on where
That's quite
the
common,
selection committee put them for the bowl.
Yeah.
So they're like, they might be rusty, they might have taken it easy over the last month, so they need to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense why they would go to a practice facility and get trained up just for the combine, because it does feel like the combine is like you've got to show it all on that day.
Yeah.
And for some people, it might actually significantly increase their draft status.
I think it's all about film, right? So we've
Yeah.
spoken about having as much film as possible.
Yeah.
You want every bit of film to show you in the best light, and that's a really highly publicised bit of film. So like a lot of players will go on like propaganda tours and post a lot of stuff about them, like social media stuff, like, because why wouldn't you? Like now with the age of social media, if you're an owner or a GM and you hear buzz about a player, you're more likely to go and look at their stuff.
True.
Like, so the more good press, the better. So players in the off season won't be being quiet if they're smart. They'll be trying to get more film about them and get things going viral about them and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I remember. Do you remember last year how there was a lot of noise made about CJ Stroud's exam results on one of the
I don't remember that.
yeah, like CJ Stroud didn't do well on one of like the IQ tests.
Was it Zimbabwean or Swahili? Because there were bare players that take that in college to get like a free
What?
credit. You heard this?
Yeah,
You know that's Swahili.
Yeah, some college guys take like the deadest courses
Just get credits.
just so they can get the
Swahili?
Swahili, yeah, Swahili's a really
Yeah.
common one because
Is that an easy language to
no,
learn?
they don't actually learn it.
Oh.
Or they say like communications.
Yeah.
Communication studies.
But
What even is that?
They asked a bunch of players like afterwards. They were like, "I can see you took Swahili," and they're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Can you speak any Swahili?" They're like, "No." Why would I be able to speak any Swahili? I was a football player. What do you think I did? Like, some colleges did give players not a free pass entirely, but like they'll get them supported credits to just keep them moving through.
I mean, they're not at college for education. They're there to be ballers.
But a lot of them do like go to classes and like they do have to do their major. Like, they don't just get a free pass on the whole of college. But there have been instances where colleges have pushed players through and given them like favourable, like, and you'll do like one of them like locally. I've heard of this kind of thing happening even here, in like big universities. I won't name any specifics, but like some big universities that are really big into like their football or their cricket teams.
Oh, okay.
And they're like basically professional players at that level, but they play for really like good universities. They let them take exams on the coach, with the coach of the team being the moderator for it. And you can just sit there with your book and just answer the questions.
That's insane.
You see what I mean? But you see that kind of stuff happens here, so you can only imagine when it happens in a sport where people are making money off of you.
True.
You know?
Yeah. So that's the problem though. You want them to actually be intelligent, and if they get injured or when they get injured, to actually have a life.
They don't want them to be intelligent. They want them to be good players. Because
You want to
Tell
have-
Coach Carter that.
You want them to have football IQ.
Yeah. Because think about how much money these colleges make off these players. Like, why would you care about their education?
Some of them probably do. Some of them probably do to some degree.
Yeah.
But it will often get outweighed by the money.
Yeah.
No, it seems to that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
But it's not necessarily a good thing. But it's just it makes sense. Anyway, we've digressed a lot.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
But what any other players we want to talk about? I'll get into Caleb Williams in a second, but anyway.
Yeah, I'll just go for a couple of like couple people from each position, and I'll
nice.
Again, most of them I'll just talk about 40-yard dash, because honestly, how quick they are.
No.
Yeah, but like some of the defensive...
Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy, yeah, okay, we'll go straight to Xavier
Wow.
Worthy. Broke John Ross's record on the 40-yard dash. He got 4.21.
That's insane.
4.21.
Like,
Pace.
how are you that quick over 40?
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's fast.
And you know what the funniest thing is? Pre combine, Patrick Mahomes said, like, can you lot stop using my layover, or what was it called? It the
I don't know.
whatever, the layover, so you can see them both running at the same time. You stop using mine because it looks like he's stuck in the mud for the first second, and then they just gone. But the worst thing is, he got 4.8.
Yeah,
It's not that bad.
He wasn't that slow.
It's not that bad. But 4.2 is just
Yeah.
he wasn't even on screen when he finished it.
That's quick.
I guarantee he runs a 4.2 when he's running away from a linebacker.
We've said that
Yeah, that's
before.
what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
But the quickest QB was Caden Slovis. You know that guy?
Ironic.
Huh? Yeah.
Slow.
How can he even clock? 4.55.
What college was he from?
BYU.
Oh, Brigham Young.
What?
Brigham Young
Oh, I
University.
didn't know that.
I've been watching
Quickest.
a TV show about Mormonism.
What?
Brigham Young started Mormonism, basically.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
going
we're not getting
there. Isaac Guerrendo, running back, got 4.33.
That's fast.
Is
he big?
Don't think so. I think he was probably like
Slightly.
5'11", probably. Wide receivers, JV Worthy, obviously, 4.21. Brian Thomas Jr., 4.33. Adonai Mitchell, 4.34. These are just quick. Lad McConkey, 4.39.
That McConkey's quick.
Lad McConkey was nuts. His again, I'm forgetting the event one when they run straight. The wide receiver when they run straight.
Yeah, the wide receiver drill.
Yeah, wide receiver.
It's the main wide receiver drill.
Yeah, wide receiver drill. Is that what it's called? Wide receiver drill.
Well, that was the other thing we did. I mentioned the combine is you have like the main standard events
Yeah,
that
yeah.
most people take part in, but QBs don't do the bench press.
Yeah.
They have like position specific skills, so that would be one of them. I did read a funny thing about Jay Cutler, who I don't know if this is true, but I can't remember. It was ages ago, but they said that he volunteered to do the bench press,
Oh, okay.
and he did like 22 or something, and it would have beaten the highest that any linebacker did this year or something.
Yo.
Wow,
Just did
that's a-
bare of them. Yeah.
22.
Oh, something stupid. It may have even been more. But he did loads, and it would have been more than the most that a linebacker did this year or last year.
How many do you think you could do?
Oh, 225.
Obviously
It
none.
will kill me.
Okay, how many do you think you can do?
Maybe 2.
I reckon I got 5 or 6.
Well, it depends. If
we
I train for a couple of weeks, then
And if I was
maybe
bigger, I'd be able to bench
maybe
more.
5.
If I was bigger, I'd bench more.
How much do you reckon you could bench?
Let's
Go
not get
KG.
into this.
Let's go
No.
KG.
Let's not do this. Let's talk about other players. Mind your business, man. This isn't about me.
Oh
Dragon Blitz
god.
225. Can I run a 4.3 in the 40-yard dash?
Go on then. What do you reckon you do in a
Why are we
40-yard
doing
dash?
this?
I'm just
Making fun of you.
curious.
No.
What do you reckon you can do?
7.
You got 7 in a 40-yard dash.
I definitely do better than 7.
Can you get less than 6?
I've never done it. How would I know how fast I
I
can
don't know. What do you reckon? You reckon get less than 6? We're gonna try it.
Nah,
You can get less than 6.
I don't know.
You ain't got 6.
5'8".
That's
I don't know. I've never run a 40-yard dash. I've done 100 meters.
Yes, these boys are over 300 pounds can run quicker than that.
I don't know why you guys think you're suddenly also real quick.
I don't know. I
I've
have no
seen him
idea.
lumber about.
I have no idea.
I can do 5. I got 5 in me.
5's pretty quick.
I got 5 in me.
I'll go 4.9.
Fair.
You're as quick as Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Oh.
You know if you're wrong, you lose immediately. It doesn't matter if you beat me on time. You have to be accurate about your own abilities.
Yeah, we'll do that just before we do it.
Oh, God. Alright, cool. What else happened?
God damn.
What other players?
But I think one we can talk about players that participated, but I'm just curious about the ones that choose not to work out.
Yeah.
Because, like we said, it's got its benefits, it's got its cons. Some of them just don't want to get injured. They've got the Pro Bowl to play in as well, or they're just coming back from injuries. But it always seems to be
Senior Bowl.
Senior Bowl.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It always seems to be the best prospects in that class that don't. So Caleb Williams is one of the obvious ones.
Yeah.
Which you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so he didn't participate, which isn't unusual. That's fairly common. So I'll give you a few examples of other players I haven't. Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan, Teddy Bridgewater, RG3 and Andrew Luck also didn't participate.
They all seem like quite a few years ago though.
Uh,
Because when was Andrew Luck? That was like...
yeah, that was a little while ago.
Like,
Yeah, it was a little while ago.
Yeah.
I was just giving you some examples
Oh,
of
no,
like
no,
big
no,
name
fair,
players,
fair.
but like I mean
Yeah.
I don't know anyone super recently, but
Well, I mean, this year there's a lot of big name prospects. Like Caleb Williams isn't the only one.
yeah.
Drake May,
Drake May hasn't. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels,
really?
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr.,
They haven't
Malik
participated.
Neighbours,
Yeah.
They all
Kool-Aid
say-
McKinstry,
They all,
Cooper DeJean, Brock Bowers.
Loads of them.
they are all like top 20
Yeah,
players.
Giselle Newton. Most of them.
They're
Most
top
of them
20
didn't participate.
players. What?
Yeah.
Some of the quarterbacks did a few of the throw-in drills, but didn't do anything else.
Okay.
But
That's
yeah, I think JJ McCarthy is one that he just did the throw-in drill and then just
Fair
like, now
enough.
I'm doing the rest.
So I think a lot of them only see it as a risk.
Mm.
They only see it as an opportunity for their draft value to decrease.
Mm.
Particularly for Caleb Williams, he's gonna go number one. So his only opportunity is to go down.
Mm.
So why would he bother?
He's being really vocal outside of it. No, he's just
Does
jumping
he?
on everyone's
Yeah.
press conferences and just asking questions in the crowd. So
Yeah,
respect
he's
that.
about.
Yeah, he's
fair,
there.
man.
But I don't think that's unusual. Players skip it quite often. That's not really the big story. But we'll talk a little bit about it. So I think it's because you only have the opportunity when you're expected to go first round. Really, you're probably not going up. You're probably more likely to move down.
Sure.
So you want people to look at your film. People already know who you are. So it's not about getting your name out there at that point. Like at that point, there's no point in going like a propaganda tour and being like, look how amazing I am, loads of film, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
People have all the film on you. You're going to go in the first round. Like I wouldn't be doing this if I was like a fringe first, second rounder. That's quite risky. You might be trying to be like, look, I should be taken in the first round because that can make quite a big
You lose
difference.
money as well.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
going into the second round.
So that can make quite a big difference. So I think that's part of it. But if your only likelihood is most likely scenario is that you lose money or lose draft position, then why would you? It's kind of a waste of your time. What you probably want to be focusing on is things with your agent, setting yourself up for a financially solid future, like all that kind of stuff. That's probably a better use of your time than trying to prepare for this because it takes ages to prepare.
Yeah.
They have to go and do the draft camp, the combine camp, like several weeks, months before. And the other thing I really want to speak about is the bit that is big news is that most players didn't skip the medical. Caleb Williams skipped his medical.
Ooh.
That makes zero sense to me.
It will make sense in a second. So, people do the medical to show to each team that they're healthy, fit, and ready to play, right? But they have to do it with every single team. So every team that wants to draft you, you have to do the exact same medical with each team doctor.
Mm.
So if you're Caleb Williams and 10 teams are like, we want to speak to you and have our medical with you, he has to do the same medical questions, repetitive questioning from every single one. He's like, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Whoever's going to draft me, I think his position is probably, whoever's going to draft me, I'll do a medical with you. You can check that I'm fine, we can chat about all that stuff, and then we can share that with other teams if they want it. And he has leverage. He is the best draft prospect since Andrew Luck, and maybe Trevor Lawrence. So at that point, I get it. Because when I heard his reasoning, I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. That would be really jarring.
It does make sense.
People saw it as, your immediate reaction was interesting. You're like, how could you possibly give up your medical? Why would you not want to go? He must be hiding something.
That's where I went straight.
He must be hiding an injury.
For either he's hiding an injury or he is just overweight because he knows he wasn't going to compete.
Yeah.
But he's just enjoying himself.
That's actually
Doing that Paddy Pimblett. Just let himself go in the off season.
that's a fair assumption.
Paddy Fickler.
Yeah.
But at that point, he's like, I'll do a medical with whoever's going to draft me first.
Yeah.
If it's going to be you, Chicago, cool, let's do a medical. Who's it going to be? And I get that perspective because if you're sat there like, I'm not going through all this questioning, I'm getting money regardless. Like, I don't need to waste my time. Which does come across in a bit of a dick move, but it's so jarring. Players have described it as ridiculous. They should be like, can we not just have an independent doctor medically verify?
Yeah, surely that works.
It makes
an
sense,
NFL
right?
doctor, or one of you just nominate one of your doctors.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, it
Exactly.
makes sense, but
Just have an independent physician who does all the medicals the exact same way. But the thing is, each team probably wants to ask slightly different questions for various reasons. Like maybe one team's had a bad history of knee injuries or something, and they're like, "Is your knee fine?" They'll do like maybe an extra test on the knee because they're superstitious about knee injuries in their facility or something. Do you know what I mean? Like you might have that ingrained in your team. So I don't know. It just I get why, but also if I'm a player, that would be the most jarring.
would you do what he did? What Caleb did? Skip it.
Depends how long it takes. Like,
It's pretty long.
because that's just repetitive, and
Yeah.
you could like accidentally slip up on something just because of I don't know, or you might get injured doing all the tests that they want you to do. Like, you get injured doing your medical. That's my kind of luck.
It's also
you definitely would do that.
you would almost certainly. It's more the questions.
Okay.
He said there's just extensive questions and they're all the same. Just give me a list of questions and I'll answer them once. Like it's fine, but I'm not answering them 20 times.
I'll just fill it out online. I'll just send all,
right?
reply all.
But I get why teams want to do it individually, but I can also appreciate from a player standpoint it's such a waste of time. Just be more efficient about it. Like it's just a waste of time. Like
I mean, you say they've been doing it since 1982 or whatever it is. They do need to switch it up because that is long.
Just get one independent physician to do every player, or get a team of physicians because you're going to need bear because there's 300 guys. Like team of physicians that are managed by the same body, same professional standards. Cool. We do all the medicals. We do the same line of questioning. If you want any specific questions answered of a player, that's fine as well. But you need to submit those to the player individually, and it's up to the player if they answer.
And I mean, it's also deep. What if you're like gonna be Mr. Irrelevant and no one comes to you and asks you for medical? You just don't do one. You know how disheartening that'll be. I'm going home. No damn combine.
Yeah, basically.
I'm fit too.
I can run.
Yeah.
Look, I did the 40. You see my 40, didn't you? You see my 40. And that's when you go on the propaganda campaign.
Yeah.
You see my 40, didn't you? It was under 5. Yeah. But I thought exactly the same as you guys when I first saw that. I was like, what's he hiding? And then I read it and I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So I respect that decision, but I think I don't know any other players that have skipped the medical. I don't know of any other player that's done that. It may have happened, but when I looked it up, I didn't spend a huge amount of time checking because I just thought it was really interesting that he was talking about and wanted to read about him. But it feels unusual. I don't think any other players in this draft have skipped it.
I don't think so.
Not that I've seen.
We're talking about.
But he's got unique leverage.
Yeah.
Like no one else has got that kind of leverage. Drake May doesn't have that kind of leverage. He's going second.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. Because our QBs can drop. Like QBs can drop. Like Aaron Rodgers dropped to 24 when he went. Aaron Rodgers was drafted 24th in that year. Like QBs can drop quite easily if little things throw you out because QB is a commitment as a team. You're like, this is the guy, and this is a backup QB where you're like, nah, fine. But like you're spending a first round draft, but you're gonna
banking your franchise on him.
Exactly, facts. So I think at that point you're like, let's make sure this is the right player. And if you're not sure, if one team passes, let's say I'm the team drafting 10th for the player, and the team drafting 9th, I'm like, they're probably going to take him because he looks like the 9th best player. And they don't take him. Am I then questioning?
You're basically doing the storyline of draft day.
Yeah. But like, you might question it at that point.
Bo Callahan. Just drop down.
Bo Callahan.
Yeah, it doesn't get stupid until the second half. We will get into draft day at some point, but you can see why a player might drop. If someone gets shifty about a player, you can be like, "Oh, what do they know that I don't know?" And then you start second guessing yourself, and that's when you get into really dodgy GM management.
Well, that's what happened with Justin Fields in his draft class. Like there were rumors that he wasn't like a good character. He wouldn't be a good character in the dressing room. And he was meant to be the second quarterback picked up. And said he would ended up being the 4th behind Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
By the way, on the last episode, I said that Matt Jones was the 3rd. It wasn't. It was Trey Lance.
Yeah, it was Trey Lance. Yeah.
Trey Lance.
And Matt Jones went 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Trey Lance now?
Who?
He's like 3rd choice quarterback at Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
But you said about Justin Fields. Like, he was on QB1. Like that showed his character. Also,
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, there's Spencer Rattler. Was on QB1 as well. He's coming through in this draft as well. Yeah. But he's undersized though.
Yeah,
he's 6 foot.
He's not going to go anywhere.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
Could be like a third, fourth rounder probably.
Yeah.
I feel like Russell Wilson made NFL teams think, oh, like undersized quarterbacks can do it, but then you realise really it's only Russell Wilson who could do it, and that was under the Seattle Seahawks and Pete Carroll.
I'm glad you said could.
Yeah, he could do it, because you look at Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray can't do it, and then Bryce Young.
But Kyler Murray looks a lot better than Bryce. Yes, he's in his third season.
Yeah, he must be in his third.
But yeah, Bryce Young just looked scared. He was a little boy in a man's game.
Yeah, he did look great. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that Carolina Panthers team is rough though.
Yeah, but who knows? Dave Canales might do his thing this year.
Needs to.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought that was really interesting about Caleb Williams, and he'll still go first, and he'll still make his money, and it won't affect him in any way, and he gets to show his character in different ways, which is what you said. Like he's heckling other players, he's messing with other players, and like he's showing his character in a different way. Like he's a guy that people can be drawn to, and he's going on a bit of a propaganda tour, but being himself. Yeah. So he's showing his character, but in a different way, and
he's
I think
got some bravado about him.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that shows, because it's not like he's like, I'm boycotting the draft, I'm not even going to show it. No, he's there.
He's active.
He's present. He's just like, I'm not doing this nonsense. If you want me, come and get me. You've seen what I can do. I'm the best guy out there.
Yeah.
So come get me. Yeah. But I'm going to chill, hang with the guys, and show you what character I have. And I'm sure he's happy to do interviews with teams. Like, I'm sure he's happy to do that. He's not completely being like, I'm out. Like, he'll meet with teams that want to interview him and meet with him. I think he's meeting with... he's definitely meeting with the Bears. I think he's meeting with the Giants as well.
Okay.
It's like 3 other teams.
Imagine if he went to the
Giants.
Giants.
Apparently there's going to be big news coming out of the Giants about what they're going to do in the draft.
How much are you going to give up for him?
Well, the Giants would have to give up like 3 first rounders minimum.
Yeah,
probably
have to give up so much.
Player or 2 as well.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. But there's chatter that the Giants are interested, like because they want to interview him. There's a couple others that are interested as well.
It would be amazing in New York.
I thought you were sticking with.
Who told you that?
You.
I didn't tell you nothing.
What?
I'm not sticking with Daniel Jones.
£40 million man. Yeah.
I thought you were sticking with him because
$40 million. That cap hit's going to be brutal. It would look like a dumb choice at the time. Imagine you move on and go to Caleb Williams after a year of Daniel Jones' $160 million contract. Bear if that's guaranteed as well.
Yeah, I know.
He had the most amazing agent. He must have the most amazing agent
how?
to swing that.
I don't know.
He's set for
you were
life.
desperate.
Yeah, we were very desperate.
He is set for life. 160 mil. I don't know how much that's guaranteed, but bear of it. Anyway, you are where you are. Cool. That's the combine. That's the international player pathway.
Alright, I just want to one more.
Yeah.
So Christian McCaffrey's younger brother Luke is in the draft this year.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he's in the draft this year. Wide receiver as well. He's 2 inches taller. He's 6'1". Who do you think was faster, Luke or Christian?
I'm going to say Luke just because he's taller.
Alright, cool. But yeah, he was faster by 1 millisecond. 4.47 to Christian McCaffrey's 4.48. That's bragging rights in the family.
That's crazy.
Do you know what, when you said he has a younger brother, I was just kind of hoping it'd be like a lineman and just be absolutely
massive.
Just thought it'd be hilarious. Like, this is my little brother, he's just massive.
Yeah, exactly the same broad jump.
Really?
10 feet 1 inch. And vertical, Christian McCaffrey was 37.5 and Luke was 36. So I mean, basically this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Basically the same player.
It's interesting. But he's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Must be a bit slighter as well. Must be a bit. It's not going to be as stacked, is he? I don't suppose.
Yeah, but
McCaffrey's a man. Like.
Yeah, but he's not that stacked.
No. But he's been in the league. He's been in the league. He's the size he should be for his position. Wide receivers often come in quite slim and bulk up in the league.
Devontae Smith is the slimmest wide receiver I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yes, he's tiny.
How tall is he?
Devontae Smith.
Short as well. Like 5'9".
He's like 5'11".
Yeah, 5'11". He's slight.
He's tiny.
But
Heisman.
He's the guy.
Heisman winner.
He's the guy. So.
Well, I had a quiet day this year, but.
Yeah. Well, Michael Penix Jr. He only took part in the throwing drills as well this year.
Yeah, did you see him throwing in the college in the lobby? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Loads
of them were doing that. JJ McCarthy was doing it as well.
Yeah.
Strange.
I was like, what are you not doing?
Dimes in the lobby, man.
Yeah, that's how they do it, man. They do what they want.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else to add?
Actually, just a random note. Did anyone see Tom Brady do the 40?
Jokes. Yeah.
He's faster now than he was at the combine. He's 46 years old now.
Did he do it now?
Yeah, he did it the other day. He did
Combine.
it the other day.
So at the
In
combine,
trainers.
so at the combine, he did it 5.28.
Yo, that's slow.
Yeah.
He didn't look like he was moving.
At,
Very slow.
at the age of 46, he did it in 5.18 and 5.12.
How is he quicker now?
That makes no sense.
That's wild.
And he's been retired.
Yeah.
For a
been
year,
retired,
yeah. I mean, he's been retired for a while, but yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's I like that. I like that little that little side. Cool.
Mhm.
Anything else?
I've got one more random one.
Damn, I'm gonna keep doing this forever.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna shut up.
This is the last one. This is the
Nah,
last
man.
one. This is the last one. So I saw this rule changes. I think we should do an episode on just rules and
Yes,
and
absolutely.
what rules you'd want changed or you think.
Oh, rules we want
potentially
to because we
Yeah.
did NFL versus college.
Yeah. But this is a current XFL rule, and it's to do with the kickoff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
okay, fair.
Don't know whether you saw it,
Yeah,
but
that's right, yeah.
I'm for it. So essentially, the kicker lines up on the 30-yard.
Mhm.
10 other members of the kickoff team line up at the opponent's 35-yard,
Yeah.
5 yards away from the returning team,
Mhm.
and then the kicker and the returner are the only players who can move until the ball is fielded.
Mm.
So touchbacks are placed on the 35-yard line.
But why wouldn't you just fair catch it and start from the 35? Like, why would you not just do the same thing you've been doing already?
I mean, you could maybe change that and make them field it wherever they fair catch. They have to start from where they fair catch it from.
Yeah, if you change that, then
That might actually be
changes the
part of
game,
it.
but like,
I've only got one snippet of it, and it's just
Yeah, but if you could just start from the 35, why would you not just start from the 35?
Yeah.
And avoid your players having to tackle at all.
But maybe if you fair catch it, you have to take it from where you catch it. Then that would
is
change
probably
it.
the rule. I've only
Because
got one page.
then
to
as a
stick to.
kicker,
No, no.
then as a kicker, actually, what you want to try and do is hit it just in front of the end zone, and then then you're actually working on as a kicker hitting it just to that point, and your players are then working on tackling and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. We could chat about potential rules we like. There's lots of other opportunity. There are some weird rules. Kickoffs are weird. Yeah, it's a bit of a dead play at this point. People are just start on the 25 each time. It's a waste of time even having it.
Yeah, the chain gang going, which is currently happening soon.
Yeah. Or like fumbling through the end zone.
Oh, that's the dumbest
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Change that. Just start on the 25. Like, just go back to the 20 or the 25 or
Yeah.
something, or give them a 10-yard penalty or something. Don't give the possession away. It makes no sense.
None.
Stupid rule.
Yeah.
I get why they had it originally, but it doesn't make sense now just with the amount of players that are now just like touchback, like making players adapt to the rule to make it benefit them more, and it ends up making the rule a bit stupid.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. That's why there's so many weird rules out there, because they were made to stop weird things happening, and now weirder things are happening because players have adapted.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
definitely.
We're all good?
Yep.
Sweet. So next week, what do you want to do? Draft? Get into
Yeah,
draft?
yeah, let's do the draft.
Do a bit of a draft?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
a
right.
bit of a mock draft.
Yeah, we could do a bit of a mock
We can do the
draft.
whole mock draft. You
No,
can
we can
we
just
do
the
top
first-
10.
yeah.
We do top 10.
Top 10,
on the
alright.
first round.
Top 10 or
Yeah.
first 15 or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
like up to where our team is drafting from.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, who are you going to draft? They're not going to make your team any better.
I don't know why he's laughing. They have a higher draft pick than us at the moment.
Peak.
Don't know why he's laughing.
I was just having fun, man.
I'm just hanging out with my
I
friends.
was
just
having fun,
I have nothing else to add here. I'm just a bystander.
yeah.
Draft the next one then. Alright, cool. Nice one. Catch you in the next one.
Peace.